Alright, well, this is the original mouthpiece that I use all the time. Now we're going to use another one, and this is going to be different. This mouthpiece I would say is a little bit more aggressive than mine. This D, this other D, I'm going to say it's a little bit more, either a little bit more focused or a little bit brighter, maybe. I think it got some other characteristics. It's definitely not as deep sounding. But this is on we narrowed it down to two. The 140 and the 121. So this is another mouthpiece. So what do you hear in the different mouthpieces? I think this one's not as deep as the other one.
It takes a little bit more focus.
Yeah. That's what I hear. So if again, dealing with that equalizer thing, the other one got, to me, more lows. This one has maybe more mids and highs, but it's not like the lows are dropped off. It has a bit more this going on versus this going on.
I think I would agree.
You know, now what I prefer out of the two of them depends on what I feel like.
Is this the newest one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna play this mouthpiece on the other horn. So you hear more focus here. So, we looking at these horns. Out of the three of these horns, our conclusion is the 140,000 and the 121,000. Now, go ahead, Chris. What you think?
Well, like I said, they're all good horns. This out of the three is definitely number 3.
Right, that's the one.
Next thing that we know, even though it is a good horn, it's not the one for you. These two are both excellent instruments.
Right.
They're both serious players. They both have very interesting sonic characteristics.
Right.
But for the screamer that is, I feel like this is a better match to your playing style. I also feel like it's a better complement to your horn. Because one of the things, above and beyond you having something to play while we work on that,
right.
One of the other considerations is obviously you're looking for that, potential backup horn.
Right.
Now, I'm a believer in a backup that's comparable, but not exactly
the same. Right. Right.
And I just feel like for your playing style, and 2, the characteristics of that horn, I just feel like that this is a better balance in both cases.
Now, this is what I think. What I believe is, like you said, what you just said, but I have this graph going on in my mind. If I'm looking at an equalizer and everything's on 0, these two horns, not counting the one in the middle, these other two horns, I would like a horn that's close to being flat across the board as possible, because when I bring my embouchure mouthpiece setup into it, I'm going to be able to manipulate it in the way that I want to manipulate it versus it being already tweaked and I have to down focus it in a certain way.
That's part of why I think this is the better match.
Right.
Because that thing's kind of already tweaked in a sense.
Right, it's tweaked, but I cannot confidently say that I like one of these horns over the other. I can't. I feel like
they both have a lot to offer.
Yeah, I feel like that I could play either one of these horns for the next how long you need to fix my horn. I feel like I feel like I could play either one of those two horns on a gig.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just that I'm obviously gonna be biased with my horn because I've been playing that horn for 15 years. You know, so
and it is a beast.
It is definitely not a slouch. I mean, I know that I've known that internally, you know, just playing it myself. But I told you I played one balance action and I played a 5-digit Mark 6. It was a 5-digit Mark 6 unlacquered. It was, you know, just unlacquered. It was a guy at my school who had it. We traded horns, you know, and it ran with his horn, you know, easily, you know. So, but I tried a balance action and I tried a 5-digit Mark 6 and my horn ran with those horns, you know, so.
No, as somebody who's played, I don't know if I've played 1,000, you know, vintage Selmer tenors, but I've played several hundreds.
Right.
Like several hundreds. Yours easily top like 5-10% of the horns that I've played because I always remember that horn when I'm thinking about.
I got lucky. You know the story.
Yeah, you did.
You know the story.
Yeah,
it was in a band store.
You got it
but it was just in a band store.
Yeah,
in Georgia, and when I opened it, I didn't want it.
Yeah.
When I opened the case, I didn't want it because I never seen a silver plated horn, and I didn't know at the time enough information of what to look for.
Yeah.
You know, so I wasn't aware of the damages and the condition of it when I got it. You know, like, or when I took it home.
What it had been through.
Yeah, what it had been
through a lot.
Yeah, and I didn't even know that. I just know when I played it, I was like, oh yeah. And the only thing I was coming from was the Yamaha 23. So that's all the thing I had to compare it to. And I'm like, this horn is amazing. And I had a metal Meyer mouthpiece tenor. And it wasn't a worthy vintage.
Yeah.
It was standard.
One of the modern ones.
Modern Meyer metal mouthpiece with the little screw.
Yeah.
You know, but
yeah, I remember those pieces. I haven't seen one of those in ages, but I remember those.
So for the time being, we decided to put this one in the case. But I will be back, and I've already told Mr. Chris here that I'm gonna come back and play this horn again here. This horn was great too, but I'm gonna come back for this horn too. If I get home and check all this footage and I feel that I'm wrong completely, you know, because I feel right now that I should just switch them, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna just, you know, go home. So, all right, see you guys.
If you do make the quick switch, we'll do it on Thursday.
All right, that's what we're gonna do. Well, we'll see how this goes. Make sure I got everything. Got mouthpieces, ligatures. Let's go home and see what we got. So I would say overall this has been a good experience for me. I did take one of the horns home. I have to because obviously my horn is being fixed and it's going to take a couple of weeks for it to be done. And I got a good horn to play while my horn is being fixed. However, I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to buy one of these tenors. And the one that I chose, as I showed y'all in the video, to take with me, I'm going to play it for a while, but something in the back of my mind is telling me, you know, I still feel like I like the other one too. So I may play this one for a week and go back and get the other one and play it for another week. You know, or I may buy one or I may not buy either and want to really think about this longer because this is money we're talking about. But I just wanted to, I don't make a lot of videos on this channel, but I appreciate the ones of y'all that watch, because it's a lot of y'all. I looked at my subscriber number, and this, again, I didn't pay that much attention to this, but my subscribers will continue to grow, and I appreciate all of y'all. I thank all of y'all for watching, you know what I'm saying, and going on this journey. But I just wanted to share this with y'all today because this is something that doesn't happen with me a lot, playing other instruments, especially other Mark 6s, and being able to talk about it and show you. So I decided at the last minute, I'm going to take my camera, and this is the first, I guess you say the first vlog that I've done. And, it was cool. You guys got to meet my repairman and hear some horns being played and hear some commentary. And it's going to be interesting to see what you guys say in the comments. I don't have to wear the mask in my car by myself. But it's going to be interesting to see what you guys say about what you heard. And for me, it's going to be different because it's like I'm playing the horn in there in that shop versus playing it at home is different. They're gonna sound different. And when I play it at church and when I play it around other amplified instruments and all the other stuff, all that stuff is gonna play into it. But I will say this, after playing these horns, I realized how much of a beast my horn is, my silver plated horn, and I'm happy and blessed to own it because it is no slouch. It is no slouch. And I've only played my Mark 6, one other Mark 6, and a balanced action, and I haven't played any other horn besides my student model Yamaha horn every now and then in the past 15 years. My silver plated Mark 6 is the only tenor I've really been playing, so it's so interesting to play other horns. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and to be continued.